my gosh.
Hello and welcome to this week's YouTube video. If you hear my nose sounding a little snotty, it's because I am. I had a lot of fun plans to make this video, like my fun day with me in Florida. Let's go to the beach, let's go thrift shopping, like let's hang out with friends, all of this stuff. I woke up this morning and was humbled. I started my period. I woke up with just like snot and I'm like, I am just feeling very low energy. Honestly, since I went to the Bahamas and I was gone for that whole week and staying up so late, waking up so early, I came home, we were hosting people. And then what did I even have in between that? I had a lot of work stuff due and then went right into being at Disney, waking up so early, going to bed so late, hosting people again. Went to Greta's birthday weekend this past weekend, which she filmed that for her YouTube channel if you wanted to check it out. And it was like the most fun thing ever, but it was just go, 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 go. Like I have not been home. I have not rested. I feel like I haven't gotten a full night's sleep in over a month. And so my dad always says this thing where he's like, you either choose to take rest or your body will choose for you. And I'm like, Dad, there's no reason that you need to be spitting bars like that because it actually is so true. And when I woke up this morning after thinking a lot yesterday of like, I need to take a chill pill and even just like still work or do whatever, but in a chill way. And I was like, no, I have too much to do. I woke up this morning and it chose for me. So anyway, I thought it would be fun because I was like, well, I just won't vlog. I will just like sit on my computer all day, whatever. And then I'm like, no, this is kind of reality. So this is spending a day with me, getting out of a funk and things I do to make myself feel better, find rest, all of that. Also to put the cherry on top, if you finished last week's video where I was at Disney and we came back and our entire septic line had to be replaced because our downstairs bathroom flooded. Luckily, it flooded with me doing loads of laundry in the dishwasher and we hadn't like really used the bathroom because that's why we were so confused because it was clean water coming up. Anyways, it was a whole mess. We have it all solved now, but it's like not only being busy, but then having stressful homeowner things, stressful work things, all across the board. I am just like, bop, bop, bop. Here I am, under the weather. So it is especially sad because Hannah's still in town. She's staying with her sister. And I was like, I really want to hang out today. I may pop over and see her. I feel like it is funny. I grew up in a family of like with germs. We were in a big family and we were always hanging out with people. So it was kind of like everybody always has a cold or something going on. So I never thought twice about it. And now that I've gotten older and especially when like people were having newborns and stuff, it's like, wait, do I feel a tickle in my throat? I don't want to be around. You got to keep everybody like healthy and all of that. And now we all are hanging out so much that I feel like it's your common courtesy to be like, hey, I have a cold. Do with that what you will. I don't have to come. You don't have to come over. That's kind of your fair warning. And like for me, especially in not having kids, I'm usually like, I'll hang out with somebody when they have a cold. I don't really care. But also like everybody needs to have the option. So anyways, if I see Hannah, I've given her fair warning of the cold, but I'm not really sure. All of that to say, let's get into me getting out of a funk and just get right into it. But I'm excited for this video because this is just kind of a more casual chit chat day with me and I love doing those too. First things first on the list is a beverage lineup. I have my water here chugging. So much water is something that I try to be conscious of like I'm gonna chug this, refill it. And then I do have my coffee. That's for no benefits other than I won't get a caffeine headache and it's delicious and makes me happy. And then my time of doing this is kind of my brain dump and just recentering myself. I have a little devotion that I've been doing. This one is the Year in the Bible. And it's just a little time for me to read my Bible, do that. Normally I like to have a physical notebook to write down my stuff in, but I do feel like I have my phone with me always. And if I'm making a little to-do list of the day, having just random ones that I make on my phone is pretty helpful. So to-do list today, and then I'll write down some of the stuff after I do this little thing so that I can have a brain dump. And then even if I am choosing to have a more chill day, I know what things I'm putting off until tomorrow. So that kind of helps me to not feel like, oh, it's a waste of a day. It's like, no, I'm choosing to rest today, but I still have this thing that I have to do. And I feel like I've done this since being in school and I would be like, this school project is due. So I could think about it or think about like my topic or what I wanted and then kind of push that off till later, but then at least I'm consciously doing it and it makes me feel better. So without further ado, time to recenter myself. probably more things than I put on this list, but this will help me because then as I kind of do things, I just cross them off. And honestly, I already feel so much better. I love that. Did you say one of our caterpillars turned into a butterfly?
2 of them are probably going to be butterflies today.
Today?
Yeah.
Josh is very father of all of the things in our house, like our plants he takes care of, except for that one in our bedroom, if you've seen it. And he now has a butterfly garden, which we've had a bunch of caterpillars that we've been feeding, and they've all gone into cocoons. Wait, we have to ignore the background.
Should we do a quick count? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19 cocoons in this one alone. And then 1, 2, 6 cocoons in this one.
Wow.
So 25 butterflies.
Whoa. This will make you feel better to see your little baby caterpillars grow their wings, literally. Now that I've made myself a little list, I want to, even if I'm rotting, feel like my space is feeling clean. It just makes me feel better, like overall, and feel like I'm getting better quickly. So I'm gonna pick up my kitchen a little bit and then do laundry. I feel like I do laundry in every little reset YouTube video, but it's like that thing that is always piling up and it feels so good when it's done. So I'm gonna get the laundry going because that always takes a while, and then unload and load the dishwasher. Just those chores that keep on cycling through. This is my little laundry corner. I've already kind of separated out my things, but I do have my delicates on top, so I'm gonna toss those to the side and then go ahead and throw my whites in. Always take your lint stuff out for safety. I'm almost out of my laundry detergent and I have a lot of loads to do, so that's not good. Oh no, a leftover sock. Well, I need to place a Target pickup order because I definitely need to get more laundry detergent. I think we need more hand soap, but I don't really want to be like shopping and around other people, so the drive up option is gonna have to work for me. I always love when we make coffees a lot and then our sink looks like this with the cutest little dishes, like espresso cups and straws and all of that. It's like, okay, we're clearly on a coffee kick. Pause because Josh said he's just seeing the caterpillars come out of their cocoon. This will definitely brighten your mood, seeing a butterfly be reborn. Our first child. He looks happy. Do they wait in here for a while or do they immediately fly?
Their wings have to dry. Like they're all kind of like wet.
Wow, that's really cool.
Now we have to make a little bowl of sugar water.
So that they like us?
Yeah. And then he can hang out in the screen and patio for like a few hours and then we can let him go.
Our children are growing. So in my getting out of a funk, I have that first brain dump and getting my mental space in the right area and then making a list. And then second is to cross something off. So like I had said, if that is a school project or a little chore that you're doing, something for work, just having one little thing you cross off does make you feel good in going into that rot. And then my third thing, which was very timely, was going to be making healthy and yummy foods, drinking lots of water. So I actually just got in our Hungry Root package and the stuff looks so good. So I just put it all out on the counter, but I wanted to kind of go over those things. And then I'm also getting hungry for lunch. So it's time for either a little snack as I make that or just making my lunch now a little early. What I like so much about Hungry Root is that it kind of takes the guesswork out for you, and you can put in any of those like dietary preferences. So we like high protein, nutritious, like good quality organic food. You can put in if you're gluten-free or dairy-free, and it will kind of curate this menu for you that has snack things, whether you have kids, it's just the two of you, all of that. And then it actually sends you like a little recipe guide. You can go off of this or make your own or just use these in different ways. But what I like so much is that we've been doing a lot of already pre-cooked meat. So we only got one that I actually have to cook, which I'll probably save for dinner when I have more time. But I have like seasoned grilled chicken breasts with some recipes for this, but they are already made. So it's just heating up and seasoning yummy instead of like spending a half an hour or a long time doing it. But some of our ones for this week is fresh and crunchy chili lime chicken salad. Sounds amazing. Chickpea penne with turkey meatballs, and it has all of the ingredients that you need for that, like right there, as well as some different snacks. There's pickles here, hummus and crackers, which I love for when I'm having like a beach day. There's an egg bite if you want to have some like breakfast options as well. With it being springtime and us being busy, and especially like even in this video, I'm not feeling great. I do not want to go to the grocery store and plan out my meals. The fact that this showed up and it's like all of those high quality nutritious things that I want to be eating and the guesswork is gone is amazing for busy season. We're always on the go, and so just having something where it's like a lot of these meals literally say in 5 minutes they're ready, and I know that I'm getting good quality food is like game changer for me. So let's whip one of these up and have a nice little lunch that feels good to eat, because that is going to be getting me out of my funk and on my way to feeling better in no time. That is so yummy and so fresh. It literally took me under 10 minutes to make it, and the chicken was already done, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. I'm so excited for our meals for this week. Everything came in this box right to my doorstep, and it had 5 meals for the week plus snacks and breakfasts. So I love my meals that I've gotten in here. It makes this mental fatigue in a busy spring season so much better. So you can actually use code NatalieZ to get 40% off your first box, and then a free item for life that you are signed up for it. So you can just go to hungryroot.com and use that code NatalieZ, or you can use the link in my description. But if you have been busy and looking for an easy way to get yummy, nutritious meals that fit into your dietary needs to your doorstep, I can't recommend this enough. Now I've got my laundry going, I got my lunch made, which was very easy and quick, which I love. And I've been slacking on drinking my water, so I honestly need to finish this off and then fill it up again, because drinking water is the quickest way to get your immune system back in check, and a good healthy lunch doesn't hurt either. The next tip on my little list of things that I like to do to get out of a funk is to get ready. Now, if I'm very sick or I actually have to have a rest day, I would completely cut this out. But sometimes even on those days, I'll do an eye patch. I've been using these Peter Thomas Roth ones, or even just like sunscreen on my face, do a little something, an ice roller. Today, I did write out my to-do list and realized I have a couple things to film, so I did want to get a little life to my face, especially when I'm like swollen from having a cold. I feel like having my face feel just a little snatched is kind of a nice thing. So I am going to be slightly getting ready. I did just get a notification that my pickup order is ready, and I do need to finish doing laundry. So I have a few things on that agenda to get to. I was just scrolling on TikTok and I saw this quote, and it's really, really cute. It said, "I've been so worried about getting my life together that I almost forgot I've achieved so many of my childhood dreams." And that hit me so hard, because I definitely live where it's always kind of on the next thing. And I think because of like not what am I trying to say? I guess for like working for myself, there's always more that I could be doing. And I remember this feeling from as far back as I can remember, maybe because I was homeschooled and I could like get ahead on my stuff. And then college is obviously like that. You have your syllabus. So even when you cross things off, you still have like all of this looming stuff you could be studying for, or you could have like getting ahead on things. So I always was left with that feeling of there's more that I can be doing and I'm just not doing enough. And it is so hard for my personality that I kind of constantly live in this like, oh, there's more that I can be doing in my personal life, whether that's showing up for people or being on a better workout schedule, or I could grocery shop, or I could film more things, or I like will reflect back on a conversation and be like, oh shoot, should I have said this better? Should I show up for this person more? And it is honestly mentally exhausting to live like that I've been very much trying to grow from that space. But I think reading that quote was just such a precious thing because it kind of reminds you to stop and reflect back, and wherever you're at in life, whether you do feel like you're in a season that you want to get out of or you're just in a transition period, you've still accomplished so many things when you think back and reflect on all of these places that you've come from. I think that it is very important to be kind with ourselves and to kind of give yourself the benefit of the doubt, because if we live our life always for the next thing, then you're never content and satisfied in the season that you're in. And you don't need a relationship to give your life meaning. You don't need kids to give your life meaning. You don't need a spouse. You don't need a house. That kind of rhymed, kind of poetic. You don't have to get all A's. You don't have to do any of those things. And I do feel like that's why my faith feels very important to me, because it's kind of this stopping and reflecting that you don't have to earn value in your life. You don't have to cross off enough things to then give your life meaning and then go, amazing, now I have purpose. But it's why like nature is so good for me, and relationships, as in like friendships and people in my life, are so good for me, because it is this recenter that like as people, we just have value in being people and in the kindness that's in our hearts and in the values that we have, and kind of those things that you're not accomplishing, they're just true to who you are. I don't know why I went on rant mode, but I think that that is something that I have to continually remind myself, is that I am not looking to earn this sort of approval from myself, from others, from all of that. But just in existing and in being life, you're going to enjoy your life so much more once you kind of get to this place that you are happy and content with where you are, while also inspired to do better and be a better person. And that balance is hard, and I think we're all on a journey of figuring out what that means and where that's at. So yeah, I don't know. I just was kind of feeling that for myself. So I don't know if that hits for anybody else, but it does hit for me. The silence of doing mascara is deafening. I was kind of locked into watching all of people's Coachella fits this year and what they were doing. I actually went to Coachella in, I think it was 2022. And it was definitely an experience. I feel like when you're watching from home, it kind of makes you feel FOMO, or like, oh, I want to be like out there and wearing those outfits and styling things and listening to good music, whatever. But I do remember how exhausting it was and how many miles that you have to walk and everything. So it was kind of fun to watch this year from the comfort of my couch. And I was like, ooh, cool. I get to watch everybody's cool fits and the effort that they're putting in, but I don't have to quite do that myself. Now I got a little ready, so I'm feeling good, but I briefly touched on that we've been having a caterpillar garden and growing monarch butterflies, but kind of didn't explain. Basically, Josh and I just wanted to have more butterflies in our yard, especially with having a lot of flowers. And we were honestly just learning about how good it is to have pollinators. Like, I've always known how it's good to protect the bees and to kind of embrace all of those things in nature. So when he had the idea to go ahead and just get those milkweed plants, I think we spent like $30 on getting milkweed, and we had so many caterpillars. And then we got these little fortress things just on Amazon to kind of help like foster and protect them. They tore through all of the milkweed, and now we have so many cocoons. So it's really cool to be feeling like you're doing your part. Kind of those things like recycling, planting trees, growing little butterfly gardens, all of those things. And then you get to feel all of the good like feelings of getting to help the earth a little bit. So having our first butterfly is such a magical thing, and it has just hatched, so where it's waiting to like dry off its wings and everything. I think we're going to compile a little bit of sugar water and then give it to him, keeping him in the screen and porch for a little bit just while he like gets his wings, and then we will let him free out into the world, and hopefully he'll want to come back and visit our yard. We read that for making the sugar water for the butterflies, you just do 1 part sugar and 10 parts water. So I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of sugar and 10 teaspoons of water. Okay, that was probably 2, 3, 4. Eyes pouring into this really hard. Then just stir it together. It's kind of cute how they like a sugar sweet thing too. It's kind of another good point of getting out of a funk, and it's to do things that don't just focus on yourself, but focusing on others or animals or nature is a great way to shift the focus from you being in a funk and being like, what can I do to help other people? And I think that helping a butterfly helps too. I brought him his little treat. I want to be so careful because I'm sure his wings are so fragile.
Oh.
He's getting excited. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He's so excited. Oh my gosh! This is beautiful!
He trusts you.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I have my own butterfly garden. They're kind of creepy when you look at them in the eye.
Set him down there and see if he just hangs out.
Oh, he likes me so much. Here you go. Here, drink your sugar water. This will get anyone out of a funk. I just pulled up to the Target pickup, and I feel like I don't utilize this often because I think of something that I need and then I need it immediately. Oh, tell us you're coming. Okay, I didn't hit that. Tell us you're on the way. I am in the way. But it is very nice for when you don't want to go walk in and grab the things. I kind of want to start utilizing all of those services more of like, I don't know. I did start utilizing DoorDash, and that was a dangerous game because then it's like, oh, I just want to DoorDash this, and then somehow there's always extra fees. But doing pickups, and then I think Costco has delivery, my friend Rain told me, which I'm like, that would be a game changer than to do your shopping at Costco to have it delivered to your house. So we will see. My next tip that I was going to have for getting out of a funk is a hobby, and this is oftentimes when I would crochet or I would read. Or I feel like to me, coffee and making coffee and fun syrups is a hobby. At least when you spend that much time on something, it's like, it's gotta be more than just having a coffee. It's a hobby at that point. I did my whole drive up order and then realized this is how much sugar I have. So I'm just going to get out all of the sugar that I can, and whatever that amount is how much blueberry syrup I'll make. If you've been following along, I love my blueberry syrup in my coffees. I use that syrup for either just straight into the coffee as a flavor, or I make a cold foam on top with heavy whipping cream. But my recipe is incredibly simple, and it's just equal parts sugar, water, and blueberry. So it looks like we have about a half cup that I'm just gonna pour into our saucepan. And then I got some comments of people saying that it wasn't blueberry enough, and I kind of agree. So it's super easy to just format it. If you want it sweeter, go a little heavier on the sugar. If you want it more blueberry, go heavier on the blueberry. Or if you want it like thinner, you can do more water. So all of those things. But I'm going to do a half cup of blueberry, and then honestly, maybe I'll do a full cup. But like I said, the generic recipe is just equal parts water, sugar, blueberry. Next is the half cup of water. And a little extra. And then I heat this on the stovetop until it gets like the blueberries are soft and they're bubbling. I heat it on like a 6, so a little bit over a medium heat. Oh, to be a blueberry on your way to being a delicious syrup for an iced latte. That is how you know that the blueberries are doing their thing. I usually let it simmer like this while stirring for about 10 minutes or until the blueberries get soft and they look like they're ready to go. Now that my blueberry syrup has cooled down, I have my little contraption on here. I just got this on Amazon, but it mashes the fruit as you stir it. So it's a really nice little thing. I think it was like 20 bucks. But I've used it a lot. So I just pour my blueberries into there. It smells so, so good. It's like a thinner jam almost. You have to be careful with the blueberry syrup because it will stain anything. They are very potent and very colorful. You honestly can just use a strainer and mash them yourself or wait till it's cool and put it in a blender. So you don't need another contraption. I just was making this weekly, so Josh got it for me as being like, this will make your life a lot easier. So once that's all mashed and down there, then I kind of scrape the bottom. Oh gosh, I'm so scared I'm gonna stain my sweater. And then this little jar is also from Amazon that I put my syrups in. I usually keep my syrup for about a week and I store it in the fridge. Honestly, I usually go through it faster, but if it's been over a week, then I go ahead and toss it because I get a little creeped out. I don't want it to be like expired or anything. That made the perfect amount for this. I was mentioning the cold foam earlier, so normally when I'm wanting something that's a little bit fancier with a fun purple cold foam on top, then I'll just put my milk in there, espresso, a little bit of the blueberry syrup. But making a cold foam is so easy. You just use heavy whipping cream and do maybe around 2 ounces of that, but could be less. I'm making for both Josh and I, so I'm doing a little bit more. And then just whatever your sweetener is. So you can do this with maple syrup. You could do it with, I haven't tried anything else actually, but like a sweetened vanilla syrup or anything. And then a pretty heavy pour with the blueberry because I like when it's really purple. And the whole goal of this is that it's going to be sweet, but it looks so pretty on top. And my Ninja coffee machine has a cold foam, so then I'll just put this on this setting and put it on the top. The sweetener and that cold foam all from this delicious blueberry syrup. And it really does make a difference of it being homemade because I've had store-bought blueberry before. It just doesn't hit. Not like this. Are you gonna leave it or stir it?
I really want to stir it. I'll take the first sip. I'll do it your way, where you plunge it.
I mean, it does need to be stirred. Because, like, there's blueberry sitting on the bottom.
That's good, though. Yeah, I'm gonna stir.
It still looks good.
Nice and gray.
Yeah, we love gray coffee. That is a treat coffee. Stop, chill. You're gonna drink it all in one sip.
I really would. That's so good. It's like the type of good where it relaxes you when I feel like coffee is supposed to do the opposite of like, ooh, that just woke me up. I take a sip of that and I'm like, I could sit on the couch and just relax.
It does feel like a sweet treat. Mm-hmm. Like it's very good. And your surf magazines that have been your new obsession are right behind you. That has been Josh's hobby.
Do you want to see them?
This has been Josh's new obsession, is surf magazines that he got on eBay. But it's like, how are we going to post this? Because what if someone outbids you?
I've already won.
You've already gotten what you need?
Yeah.
And then we got these frames on Amazon, but we're gonna use them to decorate both of our offices.
This one is.
Well, yeah.
This one's for my office. This is the vision board.
I like this one. This is my fave. A little stir.
Come on, give it a real stir.
No, I'm fine to sip it like this. Yours looks like a milkshake now. It's gonna make me sneeze even more than I am because of my sinuses and then the coffee. It's really yummy.
My tongue is like chasing the blueberry.
More blueberry.
Yeah, and it's like trying to dodge the coffee, and then it like hits a little ice cube.
So you just want blueberry ice cream?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm like, my Dayquil is leaving. My next tip was going to be to get out in nature, so I figured I would come and sit outside. Unfortunately for me, that means I'm looking at our backyard, which is absolutely dug up because of our septic tank issue. So it's not as healing as I would hope it to be. But I do remember when I worked at State Farm, like in an insurance agency, and it was so cold in there, I'd wear sweaters all the time. And when I would get a little break, I would just go stand outside in the sun and be like, warm me, because I need to be outside, and nature is just so healing and so helpful. So maybe I'll sit out here for a little bit out by the pool. But yeah, I just think that that is a really good thing. And then the next point was going to be just like calling your family or your friends, like FaceTime. But I think that those are all really, really good. And there's sometimes that I need the motivation of being more productive and getting on task. And I do think that those things help me. But ultimately, I feel like my body is like, girl, you need to go lay down. And I feel like I did a lot today. I am starting to feel worse and worse, which is really unfortunate, but it's also a sign that my body just needs to rest. So I feel like my next tip for myself is to put on the coziest thing possible and lock into the couch. And unfortunately, that means ignoring my laundry that just got cleaned. So I have a big pile that will just be waiting for me. But I really think that I may need a nap or medicine or a lot more water. And maybe the coffee isn't healing, it's just making me happy. Blanket. I don't know where the remote is. Oh, right there. Water. My corner. Honestly, I could fall asleep. Well, thank you so much for joining in this week's YouTube video. I know it was a lot slower paced than things that we're used to, but I'm excited for so many more different fun and summer things, and keep me in your prayers of feeling better. It's really not that bad, but it's just like, man, I feel so exhausted and like I'm really in need of a break. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get some rest, actually rest and nap and drink a lot of water and feel better. But I hope you guys are feeling good, and I will see you in next week's video. Also, my lips feel really dry. What? How to get out of a funk? I don't know. I'm in it.
You are deep.
I'm literally rotten into this funk. I'm connected to our couch.
You're deep in the funk.
Exactly.
Connected to the funk.
Yeah.
Feeling the funk.
I might have to find my way out next week.
Oh, no. I think you're acting.
When you can't breathe out of your nose, it sucks.
Quite the opposite, actually. It doesn't suck air at all. Stop.